Welcome back to part 15 of our Atomic Heart walkthrough. Starting out, when we exit that save room, we're going to have to complete a children's puzzle to retrieve Claire's head. This puzzle is a little more difficult than it looks, just because the controls are so
like a maze
awkward.
For kids. This will be a cakewalk.
So you have a little ball that's lit up in this maze, and you have to tilt the platform around to get the ball to go into the hole, which of course is on the opposite side. The hole will glow so you can see where to bring the ball. This kind of reminds me when I was a kid.
How do I rotate
there were these little, it's like a pocket puzzle, it might have been called, and it had like a little silver ball inside, and I don't know, I guess it was maybe 5 inches tall. You could hold them in both of your hands and tilt. It was usually like a little rectangle or a little circle, and you could tilt it to make the ball move to get it into a hole. It was just like this, except much smaller, and didn't use a controller. So go ahead and get the ball over to the glowing hole, which you should be able to see now on the screen. This is actually a little embarrassing for me, that how long it took me to get it over to the hole. But once you do it yourself, you'll understand why I struggled so much with it. The platform does not tilt quickly. It's not very responsive, so just take your time and eventually you'll get there.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Do you have any idea what you're doing, Major?
Just a sec.
I guess you can see what I mean by embarrassing. It's mostly this ending section where I feel like I just... Man, I had zero control over this platform, but we're getting close to the end here, and
Is it really that
we are
difficult?
going to be able to grab Claire's head as soon as this completes. We just have to platform over the clouds to get to the bottom floor, or you could just drop down, but I'm trying not to diminish my health if I can possibly help it. That's where we're going to exit. We'll have to platform over the clouds that way. Here, Claire's head is on the ground. It was underneath that platform.
On this putrescence, the sun blazed in gold, cooking it to a turn.
Yes, found the head. We gotta keep moving. Charles, any idea how much time we got left?
I cannot say for sure, but definitely not much.
Gotcha.
So as you can see, we get a game save there, and we're gonna head back to the starting area. We'll platform over these clouds to get to the other side and reach the exit.
Icarus is the pride of Facility 3826. The floating platform's maiden flight took place in 1950. It became the foundation of a city called Chalmers, named in honor of its design department. The flight...
Charles, so after Dr. Sechenov created the new gamma connectors, he destroyed the old beta connectors,
As we head
right?
toward the
Officially,
exit, we're
yes.
gonna head
But
straight
only
to
the
Claire
technology
after
used
we
to
enter the
manufacture the
save
beta
room,
connectors
just to
was
make sure that we
destroyed.
don't have
The pair
to
of
repeat
experimental
that
rings
puzzle
were
again.
simply removed from all records,
And we're gonna
Claire
deliver her
recycled.
head.
So where are they now?
You see what's going on here, don't you? No one knows anything for sure right now. The rings could be on a lab bench somewhere, or destroyed by rampaging robots.
Right. Installing the head.
With that done, she is only missing one more arm, and we're going to find that on the second floor. And I have saved the shortest one for last. And it's also, quite honestly, the easiest of all 4 areas. So just head to the second floor and follow the marker.
Module, limb, arm, right, found. Location, Vavilov floor. Transmission obstructed. Data incomplete.
What's the holdup? Why can't we locate the module
And of course
this
we get a
time?
double lock,
I can't help you.
because
There's
one
some kind
lock
of
just
interference
simply
on this
wasn't
floor.
enough.
Possible sources of interference include electromagnetic shielding or the presence of a large, elongated object.
A large elongated object. That sounds odd.
At least that light lock wasn't too difficult. In this room we'll have a couple of enemies to take care of, but nothing crazy to worry about. Before actually entering this room, you can take out several of these enemies just from the doorway so that they don't register that you're combative. So take care of all the ones that you can from here before entering.
Wow. There's a big honking thing in here. And lots of little fuckers. What am I supposed
Once
to
you
do with
properly
this?
enter this room, loot all of the enemies. And we are going to head over to the buttons over here. There are 2 buttons. One of them I think just speaks. And then the other one, we have another children's game to play. Although I say a children's game, if you're anywhere near my age, then you will remember a similar game on the very old Nokia phones. There was a game called Snake, and it was one of only maybe 2 or 3 games that came pre-programmed into the phone. So once we hit this button, we're going to play Atomic Heart's version of Snake.
Everything changes too quickly. We'll see when we get there.
Oh, fascinating. Do you have any children?
Nah, I'm not even married. With a job like this, who's got the time?
Indeed. Men like you are often married to their jobs.
As you can see here, you'll have this up on the screen, and you'll have to move your little worm or snake. I guess it's supposed to be a Burov in this case. Move it around the screen. It moves pretty quickly, and you'll want to capture all of the diamonds to make the Burov grow. And once it gets to a certain length, you will have completed the puzzle. Each diamond adds a chain
Holy
link.
fuck, Charles! Is that the process I just activated?
Run!
Where? Hey, what the hell are you doing, damn it?
If that was supposed to happen
metal son
in
of
the
a
museum
bitch.
exhibit, and
You
this is a
scared the ever-living
favorite
fuck
of
out
the
of me.
children,
That was
I wonder
close.
what the Burov
Finally,
gave
I
the
got all her
children
parts.
once it completed that snake puzzle. Isn't that super odd? Of course, once the puzzle is complete, we will have a few more enemies that we need to take care of. Again, they're nothing really crazy, just a couple of normal enemies, and once they are defeated, we will head back down to Claire and deliver her final limb.
Get over here.
Don't forget to loot this room before you leave. We still have several weapons that we need to craft at the Nora station, and we're going to need a lot of materials to do that. Just a little bit of pre-preparation. You guys can get ready for really long cutscenes. I did cut
Everything's all
out
set.
the
I'm gonna
majority
go do
of
it
them.
now.
Before we return to Claire, we're going to go upstairs and we're going to speak to that Necromancer that said she was the tour guide. We're going to let her know that we found all of her students, and well, I guess we have a couple focus to tend to before that, but we want to ease her mind and let her know what happened with her students before returning to Claire. And at that point, get ready for probably a good 15 to 20 minutes of cutscenes. It's a really long segment if you put all the cutscenes together and don't count the little gameplay we're going to have in the middle of them. Here, I got stuck. Just so that you can see, if you do get stuck in here, just know that you can't survive it. I'm even shocking myself in the polymer. I mean, this is just absolutely terrible. But you know what? I do get out of this, and I did not have to reload a save or anything. I just got out of it, which I guess is pretty lucky. With that total mess taken care of, please feel free to laugh at me. It was absolutely terrible. We're going to go ahead and speak to that Necromancer.
did you manage to find them? I understand that you are busy, but
Yeah.
better now. May the odds be ever in your favor.
With that taken care of, go all the way back down to the bottom floor where we deliver Claire her final limb.
Yeah, okay. First arm's good.
Thank you, comrade.
All her body parts assembled. What now?
Self-repair procedure complete. I am ready for service. Thank you, comrade. We will now initiate the launch sequence. First launch code sequence generated. Please confirm that launch code sequences match. Second launch code sequence generated. Launch code sequences match. Initiating BD&H mode of operation change. New mode, military drill.
Whew, I think we made it. Thanks, ladies.
Thank you, dear comrade.
Initiated. All employees are to evacuate the complex immediately.
Please, Comrade Molotov, I beg you. It's not safe here.
So it's still dangerous. I was told everything. Major, I asked you a question.
Lock the door.
What's going on?
I said lock the door.
I cut out a gigantic portion of that cutscene. I did leave in enough for you to kind of sort of get an idea of what's going on. We are about to play a segment that's called Limbo, and it's very, very easy, but we are going to be collecting 99 apples here. So you're going to spawn in that small house, go around the house to the left, and in the little outhouse is an apple, and then go around the back of it, and there is another apple. We can exit back to the front of the house, and there are apples on the path. We're going to take the left path first, climb up this jungle gym, and jump up to reach the next apple. Then we have to duck down here to get the rest of them. There's an apple in front of the polka dotted man, and we're going to run right past him over to the slide. I completely flew over the slide, so just be careful when you climb up to do it slowly and take your time. We're going to go past that crater in the ground to this round, I don't know what you call this thing, but there are 6 apples on the inside of it. Make sure to grab all of those. Then we have to jump up to get this apple on the road. On another polka dot man, there's an apple. And then we want to go over to this bed made out of, looks like cookies and jelly. There should be 4 of them there. Jump up on the bed and you will bounce incredibly high. Here, there are 2 beds and a platform. So 1 apple on each bed. We'll have to make sure that we get it. I don't know what we are. We look like we're some kind of a wolf or a rabbit or something. I don't know. This is a very, very strange segment, and I really don't understand it. But I have a feeling... Oh, there are several apples on top of the platform as well. Be sure to check above you to make sure you've gotten them all. I'm pretty sure that what's going on is... I think Nechayev is probably killing everybody in that room. And is... in his mind, this is what's going on. Anyway, follow the apple trail over to the right. We'll find another bed next to this explosion. It will launch you up to the roof of this little building, and then from here you want to jump down and try to grab all the apples that lead downward. See, I'm going very slowly so I don't bounce on that bed. We go back to the main path here. Be sure to double check that you have every apple that's on the main path. Now once we get to this area where you see the water, we're going to go off to the left. You can see there's like a toy Lutiagin there. We need to climb up on that platform and grab an apple from where he is. He's really cute. From here we can go back down to the water, over to this tank, climb up onto the tank and grab the apple off of the platform that's floating above it. And from here, just drop off, and straight ahead is another apple on the path. Follow the polka dotted men and grab the apples along the way. Jump up onto the plane, and where that fin is, you want to stay on the left side. Then pass through all of these polka dotted men and grab each apple, and then we go over to the right side. There are more apples to grab, and we're going to be jumping onto that plane that's over to the right. Here you jump onto the wing, grab all the apples along the wings, and then we're going to grab some more on these platforms here. Be sure to double check and make sure that you have every apple. And here we have to fall down in a very specific way to grab all the apples along the way. Be sure to double check before moving on that you got all of them. As we continue on this main path, these little trapdoors will open up where missiles will come out. Just try to get an idea of where each apple is on top of the trapdoors so that they don't hit you and knock you down. And you can always turn around and double check that you have gotten everything before we move on. Follow the apple path. Be sure to grab every apple on the platform. And then we'll grab all the apples on this red polka dotted plane. And when we drop down to the exit, there should be only one apple left, and you will get the apple pie trophy for collecting every apple in Limbo. Once we exit out of this dream sequence, we will get another cutscene that's quite long. I'm going to cut it out for you guys.
The government commission, they're dead. Molotov's body is here.
What about the others? How many people were with him?
15 or so.
Some of them may have survived. Find out. Have you traced the signal?
Petrov is masking his signature, but I'm sure he's in one of the scientific centers.
Did you hear that, my boy? Go find him. Right now.
If you watch that whole cutscene, it is incredibly weird, and I really like it. It gives lots of implications about what's going on, and I'm pretty sure that Nechayev is being completely mind-controlled by Sechenov. I can't prove that. I don't know for sure, but man, it's pretty hard to think anything else.
Charles.
On this long elevator ride, Nechayev and Charles will discuss a couple of things. You can exhaust all of this dialogue if you like.
How did I survive?
Sorry, I cannot help you.
In the meantime, I'm going to let you guys just take a listen because this is a very long elevator ride and they do speak about a lot of important things here.
What was that monster made of red
We're
polymer?
being sent to find Petrov, so that's where we'll be heading when we exit the elevator.
Dead bodies? The boss said it was a tribute to the departed. What's that got to do with data?
You will have to ask Dr. Sechenov himself. For my part, all I can say is that Professor Zaharov died the exact same way.
This is fucking nuts. I really thought the polymer was harmless. Fair enough.
Find Petrov and return to Chelome as soon as possible. This will be the best outcome for everyone.
Charles, why did that monster, you know, the red polymer, the data storage, why did it look like a person?
Dr. Sechenov's idea. He wanted it to move independently.
Why would a data storage need to walk around?
Here you can see that
So
when
it
the
can run off
elevator
someplace
doors
and get
open and we
lost
reach
along
the
with some
surface, we
important
get the
information?
quite
It
an
won't run
achievement
off.
trophy
It's as loyal to Dr.
for
Sechenov as the
finishing
ballerina
that
twins.
museum
When
area.
Dr. Sechenov releases it
And
into
this
the outside
is,
world,
we've
it
seen
always
this
remains
building,
near
we never
him as
entered
an
it because we
additional
could
security
not
measure.
get into this elevator,
So it
obviously.
can attack people.
But
What
this
do you
is
think, Comrade
pretty much
Major?
right in
Why
front
would a
of
neuropolymer
where
substance capable of
we
dissolving a
had to
human
fight
being
the
in mere seconds need to be
Hedgie,
able to
and
move independently?
it's also
Crispy
in front
critters.
of the train station.
Yeah, makes you think.
So from here, we're going to head back to the road. I think we're going to take care of this Vova first, just to make sure he doesn't bother us. So head back over to the road. We're going to try and find a car to hop into. Follow the marker.
So Charles, when Dr. Sechenov sends his
Where we're
twins
going
somewhere on
next is
assignment,
polygon
say,
number 8.
Stockhausen, he's
And if
guarded
you
by that red
see
monster?
in the top left corner of the screen, our mission objective is called Bug in the System. We cannot enter the testing ground in polygon number 8 until we have gotten to this point in the story. So even if you would go there early and try to unlock the door, you will not get access to that testing ground until we get to this objective.
I'd rather have Dr. Sechenov
Here, I didn't
be the
even find a
General
car. I'm
Secretary
just
of
running.
Collective than anybody else.
You don't have to stay on the main road. You can kind of,
Charles,
you
how
know,
could
just
that prick
run
Petrov send intel to the west? The facility's
in the
under
grass.
lockdown.
As you have no doubt already observed, there is one communication channel connected
And
to the
here,
outside
I
world
honestly
that
couldn't
is
tell
not
you
subject
why
to the emergency
I did
protocol.
this,
The
why I
secret
followed
government
this
line.
guy.
Quite right.
I don't know.
That
I think I
channel
was
is
just
used by
listening
Dr.
to the
Sechenov
dialogue.
to contact the Kremlin. No one else has access to it.
Yeah, no one except Granny Xena. So, what's Petrov trying to pull?
I believe he is trying to dupe the central hub by passing himself off as Dr. Sechenov.
That son of a bitch.
And even though I had to backtrack, we did find a car, and I'm not even going to go very far. We're going to follow this road until we see a little save mushroom. You can see it right there on the right. And pull over and head inside the mushroom.
Please select the desired
Here we'll interact with Nora, and we are going to get our final upgrades for the character section of the glove. And by doing that, we earn the Lefthand Mastery trophy. And our character is fully upgraded, so that's one less thing we have to worry about, right? So with that, we're going to end this video here. Thank you all so much for watching. If you found this guide helpful, please like and subscribe so you know when I post more videos. And until next time, Khajiit always has wares.